everybody and welcome back to my channel. Right, I'm just there to tell you before I get started, you might hear Louis in the background as I've tried to put him down in the cot for a nap for one of the first time, so you might hear him moaning like that. If he gets really bad, I'll just go and get him and bring him in here. But anyway, as you can probably tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about my labour and birth story for my little boy. Which was the 23rd November 2018. So let's get straight into it. So I went in to be induced on the 21st November 2018 due to reduced movements. I went in at 10 AM. By the time I got settled onto the bed and they did an x-ray to make sure he wasn't breaching and everything like that, I ended up getting induced by the gel at 12 PM that day. They obviously then left me to get it to kick in and work. By about 5 PM that evening, I started getting contractions. I was monitored up so they could keep an eye on his heartbeat and my contractions. Because I was getting so many so quickly and I couldn't feel them, they then injected me to slow my contractions down because they wasn't happy with how fast I was progressing by them giving me the gel. They injected me around 7 PM that night to slow them down. Once they did that, they just left me. After they did that, about an hour later, my contractions all just stopped. They decided to then leave me for that night. So then Thursday, which was the 22nd of November, at around, I can't remember off the top of my head because it was a while ago, it's like 5 months ago. But I think it was around 10-11 o'clock on that Thursday. They then induced me again by the Folly, which is practically, they put a balloon inside you. Sorry, it's going to be a bit TMI. They put a balloon inside you and it falls out when you're 3 centimetres, but it can take up to 12 hours. It's between 6 and 12 hours that it can fall out. Mine fell out like when it got to 6 hours, so that meant then I was 3 centimetres dilated. That fell out about 5 AM on the 5 PM on the Thursday, which was obviously the 22nd of November. After that, they decided to leave me and see how it all went. By 9 PM that night, I was getting really strong contractions. It was really painful. But I decided to jump in the bath and just relax in the bath at the hospital for a bit. They then just left me and let me get on with it. If my waters didn't break on their own by Friday morning, then they were going to break my waters. Luckily, they broke at 4 AM Friday, early hours Friday morning, by themselves, so I was happy with that. By then I had real painful contractions and I still hadn't had any pain relief at all. So I was in quite a bit of pain and I was still waiting to get onto the labour ward, as when I was in there it was really busy. 15 AM I then managed to get onto the labour ward because they checked me at around 4:30 AM and I was already 6 centimetres dilated, so I really need to get on the labour ward. So I got on there at 5:15 AM and obviously got me settled into the room and everything like that. By that point I was in agony. I tried some gas and air, which just made me sick. I hated it. It works lovely for some people, but it didn't work for me at all. So that's Louis in the background. So they then injected me with some other pain relief, I can't remember what it was called. And by that point I was ready to push. They kept telling me I wasn't. It was around 7:30 AM in the morning, but I knew myself that I was ready. So they checked me and I was 10 centimetres dilated and they could feel his head. Got everything ready for him to be delivered. His heart rate started dropping about 20 minutes into pushing, so we really needed to get him out, and they could tell he had a big head, not in like a harsh way, but that's what they said to me. So loads of people came rushing in because his heart rate started dropping and everything like that. And the doctor then assisted him out while I was pushing. And he was then born at 8:30 AM on the 23rd of November. As soon as he had placed on my chest, I forgot it all, and it was the best feeling ever. I would do it all over again just for him to be placed on my chest. I'll show you him now. He's now 5 months, so he's a bit bigger. This birth story is a bit late. That's because I've only just started YouTube again. Who's that? Is that you? Are you gonna say hi? Are you gonna say hi? Are you gonna say hi? You bouncing? Say hi, yeah. Say hi. Say thank you for watching. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell button to become part of the family, and keep your eye out for further videos. Thank you. Say bye. Say bye. Bye.
You can't tell me what I'm never gonna be.